So hey guys, like I said, we were going to do the Mind Unleashed episode 2. I now have Jennifer R Resetar with me. She is the author of Golden Spinner. I'm going to let her kind of tell you what she does, and I'm just going to sit back and shoot the shit with her. So pretty much, like I said, she is the author of Golden Spinner, Valencia grad. As I said, I would already screw up. I'm going to sit back, relax, and we're just going to discuss a few things. So, I'm going to make a coffee pillow behind me. And a sip of my coffee. So, Jennifer, what do you do?
Basically, my big thing is I love to write. I write my dreams. I have my own website where I host blogs about different things, living with a disability, about my supernatural experiences that I've had.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Supernatural, what the hell?
Yeah, I've had 2 supernatural experiences in my life. One when I was about 15, maybe 16, and one here in West Windsor.
Is that what made you like get into writing, or?
No.
Oh my gosh. You have to tell people one. Okay, tell me at least one.
I'll do both.
I do both, man.
Yeah, I'll do both because they're both kind of interesting. My dad has a house that was built in the 1970s, and on one of the sidewalks leading into the backyard was a Lucky Lady inscription. It's been there since we moved in. It's since been removed. But when I was about 15, 16, this was sometime in 2003, I woke up at 3 a.m. No lie, I looked at the time, woke up at 3 a.m. My closet being wide
So kind of like what my office is kind of like wide open, kind of thing.
Yeah. Wide, my closet wide open. I have shelves in it and everything. And I looked up and I see this transparency of a blonde lady. Just watching me. And I blinked at least once and she was still there. And for some reason, I'm just like, okay. Rolled over and went back to sleep. I did not feel threatened by her. I didn't feel scared in any way, but I'm like...
Kind of like when people get here, they get like shadow people, and they're like, okay, I saw a shadow person. Like, really? Like, my door is literally open like myself. And my uncle passed away, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, so my mom had the same dream. I'm like, so you had the same dream with Steve? She's like, yeah. Like, what happened with you? I was like, my door literally open. Is it closed? I was like, no, I had to get up and close it myself. Like, at least he could have done was close it for me.
That's funny.
That's freaking nuts. So, like, you felt more comfortable with that. What's the second one? I'm kind of curious what people would know.
Basically, the second one was the same thing. I woke up in the middle of the night in our apartment here, and I kid you not, I swear I saw a ghost of a child. Curly hair, had to have been no more than 4 years old.
Was it like transparency,
black, this one like was a shadow person? Yeah, a little bit more shadowy.
Okay, so kind of like a shadow person. If any of you guys like ghost stuff, Bizarre States is where you want to go for that podcast. Freaking amazing, because they had some good Disney stories, which, oh my god, I wanted to write them in and I forgot to.
I just chalk them both up to being guardian angels. I didn't feel threatened by either one of them.
I would say, it's like, that's freaking insane. Like, some people go, oh my god, you guys see, like, yeah, we do. We're crippled, but we see things.
Yeah. I don't care who believes me, who doesn't. I know my dad didn't believe me.
It's still, that's the thing with ghost story. People, like, that's just something fun for people to, like, kind of log into. So, like, the Golden Spinner and how you wrote it, was that, like, something with your disability? Or, like, for me, like, when I started writing, I went to, like, school, started getting into playwriting, but I never really used my disability for my writing. Mine was more, like, because I saw movies I liked, like Steven Spielberg, stuff like that. What kind of got you into your writing skills?
Mine was actually in 95. I started writing. Somebody had given me, like, a bedside journal or something, I no longer remember who, but I've been pretty much writing ever since. I wrote a story in the 4th grade that won best story for my particular track for that school, which was Bear Lake Elementary I believe it was in Apopka.
Yeah.
Apopka, Altamont Springs, wherever, so long ago. But I won best story for that track for the book, which was called Busy Bears, and we think my dad still has it, but he hasn't found it yet.
If you get a copy, we'll freaking we'll scan it in somewhere.
If my dad still has it.
If you read it now, you're gonna be like, what? Like, because now, like, since you got the book, published a couple years ago, and like, you feel like reading it now is like different for people, like, because like it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon, guys. It's on Barnes and Noble. Definitely check it out. It's like, so if you read something like way back, you feel like your writing style has changed. Because I know mine definitely has, like, especially my blogs.
I would probably say so, because, like I said, I was in 4th grade when I wrote that.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, now that you look at it, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I probably would. I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm like, that's where it all started. That's where all my like, special scribble. Because I found a script the other day, and I was, like, going through, because I was going to talk to Jennifer and see how she got into her writing style, because my writing style was different. And my brother found one of my old, like, journal books of, like, my synopsis, and I'm like, oh my god. I don't know how to write thank you. I wrote THAX, and I'm like, Ollie, it stinks. Stop. So,
Oh, wow.
I mean, with that, like, that what pretty much got you into your writing. Did you go, like, to, like, playwriting classes? Did you, like, start going to annexes?
I've been writing long before I did this, but I went to a creative writing class in both, like, Bentley High School and at Valencia College. One of my last 2 classes at Valencia was a creative writing, and I kind of took it as a fun send-off.
So you kind of, like, because me and I took playwriting and script writing, so both are completely different. But for you, that kind of, like, opened up your mind, like, hey, I can actually freaking write. Like, somebody who inspired you to, like, do that.
Actually, I want to trace it back to both R.L. Stine and the Goosebumps stories and
good freaking
Adlan
author.
Myanmar of Falling Leaves.
Okay, because I'm more of, like, what I read now is more like Dan Brown, like John Grisham stuff.
Me too, I read
And yeah, like one of our actors that I work with, he's a huge reader. Ben's a huge reader. I was like, what book do I read today? And he's like, Ollie, this is a good one. It's a good crime novel. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing with, like, good books. It's hard to find a good author nowadays because everything is so, like, generic. I mean, like, when you got into yours, like, style, like children reading, like, when your book, when you sit down with it now and read it, like, they kind of inspired you with R.L. Stine. Like, did he inspire, like, the most of the writing style, or?
He just inspired me to kind of just put something on paper and go for it and see what I get. Because, I mean, if he can publish all these Goosebumps and Fear Street and have all of these...
Yeah, it's just having the confidence
TV
to
shows, yeah.
Exactly. Like, for you, like I saw in the book, it's to have the confidence to start writing. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, dude, just, like, whatever it sounds, but it sounds like shit. Just put it there. I think I had the best teacher that was like, dude, just write the script. Just write the page. Don't worry about editing, grammar, what have you. At the end of it, that's what your first, second draft comes to. You know, I mean, was that like for you, or like were you terrified to like finally get your pen on paper? Like, did it take you a while to set in as a writer?
No,
you're just kind of natural.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because writing actually helped me to escape my childhood.
Yeah.
I was never physically abused or anything, but I was always like the outcast of my family, the black sheep, the only one with a disability.
Yeah, I gotta say that with like people with CP, it's like you always feel like I was talking to somebody the other day, and it's like we do feel like that. It's like people look at us, but then we're like, "You're an a-hole." It's like, yeah, I am, but you like me now. You know, you like that I'm blunt and honest, and that's how we kind of met. You knew me for a couple years here on the apartment.
What? No, I knew you at Universal.
Universal, yeah, but Corey, Corey, I met your husband. Obviously, I met him, and I was like, I'd known you for a bit, dude. I worked around with you.
Yeah.
But you were like, saw me walking around, and you're like, who are you? But yeah, it's like that's the thing until we find something that kind of drives us to do it. And you and myself, it's like disability, which inspired us to do what we do.
Exactly, and it's just for me proving people wrong. I've had to even prove my own family wrong.
I think it's always gonna happen, even with what I'm doing. It's like that's the thing, that's what keeps inspiring everybody. It's like find something that's gonna kick someone in the ass, but it gets you out of bed. Like when you write, does that like do you have like still a journal next to you that like gets you out of bed in the morning? Like write like a short story or something like that?
No, I don't really do that because like once I'm asleep, I'm pretty much asleep. That's the only time.
So you have nothing that like hits you in the brain and goes, oh shit, that would be a good title for something.
If I do, I gotta try to hold on to it for when I wake up.
I mean, that's what I would start doing. Cause like she's now blogging, guys. So she's on is it JenniferR.com?
www.jenniferrresetar.com.
Okay.
Don't forget the extra R.
Don't forget the extra R.
It will not route you.
So, she actually has her own blogging site. So you guys gotta log in. This is what I'm asking. Because like it's like now that you're doing a blogger and you're doing just regular fun blogs, it's like keep the notepad next to you. Have some fun with it because writing fun. And the ghost story was freaking awesome.
I have both of them up on my site actually, and my next blog that I plan on doing is going to be about life in general because I witnessed something at work last week.
Oh.
That kind of makes you put things in perspective.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we gonna share or are we gonna hold that?
I'm gonna share without giving too many details.
Okay, don't give too many details. You can hide. But
yeah.
Definitely with the people, because they're logging into this and they're going to be seeing video and not hearing audio. Let's kind of...
Basically, what happened was somebody had gotten up out of his booth after eating. I guess he wasn't feeling well. And we have a whole line of chairs by the window. Well, all of a sudden, I hear one of these chairs move. Like somebody had just tripped over it.
Oh, yeah?
I turn, and this guy is passed flat out on the floor.
Oh.
We do not know officially what happened, but we just know that we had to call 911, and I ended up becoming an out-of-the-way doorstop for the paramedics. So... seeing all of this kind of, puts everything into perspective. This guy was okay when he left. He was conscious. He was talking. So I'm sure he's okay, but that, a few minutes he was out. It was kind of, like, really, you're trying to have a good time. And they were actually down here for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
which we had recently.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there for that, and one guy like literally passed out the other day at work, and he was like doing that, and it's just it's the heat in Florida, and you really, like you said, for yourself, keeping life in perspective, like find that drive.
Yeah, and don't take things for granted. I mean, one minute I was sitting there folding towels, and the next minute this guy's on the ground, and we're all running around calling 911, getting towels and everything.
Exactly. It's like that's why you like the book. When you started Golden Spinner, like how did it start?
It actually started on mine and Corey's first wedding anniversary. We went to Atlanta, and I fell in love with the city, and that's where actually the book is based.
Really?
And from there, Corey's like, well, why don't you write a book about a child superhero? And I'm like, with a disability, I'm like, okay, I can do that, and I can base it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So Coca-Cola in my book has become Glen-Cola. CNN's become SNN, just to keep copyright.
Yeah, so you don't get
everything.
We don't get a nice sue.
Yeah.
Like, you've been sued. Like, no, I can't.
But I mean, if anybody reads it and you know Coca-Cola and you know CNN, you got it kind of like it too.
Yeah. You kind of do. When I read through it, and its book's been out for 3 years now.
Over 3 years.
About 3 years now, and I finally read through it last year. I gave it a 3 out of 5, and I wrote a really good synopsis to it and why I liked it. And I'm looking through it myself, and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of short stories put together. Was that like the intention, or was it like just kind of like your push to get together? Because it was like the first, second draft, maybe. And you finally finished it up because it was like a lot of collections of other stories together.
No, it was just my thoughts in it. Just I had a little bit of help. I had a ghostwriter work on it, R.A. Knowlton. He kind of helped me out, so maybe that's where you're getting it from.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit of collaboration on a bunch of people.
Yeah, when you guys read it, it's definitely a book that's gonna get you up your butt and like tell you can write, because she's definitely freaking talented with her writing, and that's the thing, when you read it, you're like, oh wow. I mean, it was like, so that inspired. So when going to Atlanta kind of inspired it. It was like, when you're going through like the writing process, how was that for it?
That was actually kind of interesting, because I was at Universal at the time, and going through that and going through the publishing process, it was just on top of each other. It was actually difficult, but in the end, it was well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken a lot for you to do it. I mean, like, I didn't know you then. I mean, I knew of you.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of things around, where I was still working at Universal. Heard a lot of things about her writing, and I was working with a guy, I think Douglas is his name.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, man, this girl lady's like publishing a book. She like worked over at Twister or something like that. I'm like, she's going to like do something. I'm like, all right, cool. And I think I was walking past the bus stop one day, and you mentioned about writing a book for TP, and I'm like, well, we might want to not post that here, just for safety until you're gone, sadly. But it's doing that. Like, I know what it's like to start now doing what I do, open mind, and what you're doing for your book. It's like a lot of freaking process.
Yeah.
What would be one thing you would tell people, like, hey man, like, if you're gonna start writing something, even if it's a blog, to definitely like learn first, or like take the bumps first?
I'd just say go for it. If you really want to go for it, take it and run with it. Put down what you think. I always say write about what you know.
Yeah.
And of course, I know a lot of like different tidbits of things here and there. Like I said, the supernatural stuff. I even have blogs about what I think of my particular job title. Just issues I've had at work are
turned into blogs. Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, like, okay. Okay. I'm like, I'm gonna log into my stuff now. Get over here.
Basically, just write about what you know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, that's, I think, and like when you wrote Golden Spinner, like a lot of it inspired you. Obviously, when I looked at the character and read through it, I was like, that's Jennifer, kind of. Like, if you look at the old title, you guys find, if anybody has the original cover, you'll see that it was a drawing, and then now a child. It's been totally redone. How did that come about?
The cover change?
Yeah, like...
I actually can't really remember why that happened, but you're right, the cover, the new cover and the back piece are all live models.
Yeah.
Used for it. I guess maybe the publisher thought that it was more appealing than the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork was kind of, I mean, it was kind of like, and I read through it, and I was like, okay, this. The book really, it works. It really works for you. And it's like the artwork, like you said, it was like, and people would just kind of skim over it. I mean, it was something you kind of find, like, maybe in a child's, and it was designed for kids. It was designed to inspire. And it's like, you look at it, and it's like, now you look at it, it's like,
I mean, I was even talking to a family at work today about this whole thing, doing the podcast, about the book, and I gave them your name and Open Mind Industries, my name and my website.
Hey, look at us plugging ourselves. We're plugging ourselves like crazy today.
If they're watching this, Barner family, you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are.
Hello there.
Y'all know who you are.
So the cover art obviously changed for a reason. Maybe it was for publicity reasons wise, and then the back. What else was I talking about? I mean, like the story, like wise. How did you come up with that, like per chapter, like the sequences?
Just sequences, just basically going on the experiences of people being bullied, experiences that I may have had and long since forgotten. So just anything I could pull from and work with.
Yeah, I mean, like it's now, and I think it's now an ebook too, so you guys can get it.
Oh, it's been an ebook for
a while. Yeah, it's like so it's been a while since we've actually got to sit down and talk with it, and really trying to help her push the book, get it going. And it's like people are like, it's good. And I'm like, it's a book to inspire. It's not. it's a book to get you motivated to start writing because. Like I said, you just finished up your Valencia career. If you want to talk about that a little bit, you can. Go ahead.
What, about my Valencia?
Yeah, I mean, she does, like I said, guys, she just graduated from Valencia. She's working her butt off with that, and then she's also the author, so it's like, it's nuts for you to balance both out, you know? And how was that like when you're like, okay, I want to do another book, or do I want to, like, continue what I'm writing, or now you're starting your blog, so how was that all easy to balance out now? Like, how did the schooling, you know, Valencia, put that all in perspective for you?
Valencia actually taught me a lot more beyond than just my degree. They taught me there's still good people in this world. They've seen me through some pretty dark times. As
I should, yeah. I mean, that's the one thing.
They've helped me a lot. I actually graduated last Mother's Day, 2016.
Hey.
No, not day to graduate, but I'm still waiting for my loans to discharge, and once they discharge, I'll, begin using my degree. For now, if friends or anybody that knows me really well needs any HR help, like if I think I've got a friend that needs some help, I'll try to help them as best as I can.
Absolutely, man. Use your skills where you can. I mean,
get practice.
I mean, get practice. I mean, do you think you're gonna? Then you get the Valencia thing done, and you got all your certificates. I mean, are you gonna still stay in the writing? I mean, I know you were planning on doing Golden Spinner 2 or a spin-off of it. Are you gonna do that or?
I've actually become a ghostwriter myself.
Really?
I'm helping a friend write her memoirs. Yeah, I don't want to name her right now.
Don't. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool that you're becoming a ghostwriter, but like, it's like, I'm gonna ghostwrite for you and put chapters that you don't even know about. Like, I didn't have poopy underwear. Who told you this story? Well, this one time you were in the toilet, I'm not gonna get that away.
Oh my god.
I told you, it's a fun podcast. I really wanted to see, like I said, how you kind of got into it and how the Valencia, like balancing the writing style out, writing the book and then doing everything you've been doing. It seems like it was a hell of a lot of work. I mean, even you can get it published. Like, how was that for you? Like,
getting it published, I'm actually gonna chalk up to a pregnancy without all the pain and sickness.
Because that's a good way to describe it.
Because it is. It's like it takes 9 months to a year to get everything done, and Yeah,
it's like applying for a patent. It's just it's 6 months to a year, and you're paying all this cash, and you're like, there's no guarantee.
And publishing is a collaboration between more than one person, so it's just almost like having a baby without all the physical aspects of it.
When you finally knew, like when you finally put it in, you had it. Like, how many drafts did you go through for the book?
I've probably done maybe 3, maybe 4
drafts.
Yeah,
it's pretty much polished where it needed to be.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, it was my first published work. And, first physical published work. I've had previous blogs and stuff that I've done guest blogs on. Those can all be found on my website.
Yeah, I mean, about time you get yourself motivated and become. And can I say Jen the Pen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's like one on Twitter, and I was like, well, I guess if I can find it, I'm gonna post something to you. It's like there already is a Jen the Pen. It's already marked. I was like, verified. I'm like, uh-oh. Hope she knows about that. Because on Twitter, apparently there's another Jen the Pen. She calls herself Jen the Pen. I was like, ooh, might want to call herself Jennifer the Pen, maybe. But you're fine to use that as long as you don't trademark it. She's verified as that. But yeah, I was looking through it. I was like, whoa. But anyway, I mean, like, getting it published and everything, and sitting through all those drafts. I mean, now that it was done, you're just like,
Pretty much.
I mean, it's just like, are you planning on doing another one? Like, now that you've got to wait a little bit for the loans to clear from school, or you can do the HR stuff?
I'm gonna, while I'm waiting for the loans, I'm gonna do my ghostwriting project. After I do that, I might start my own memoir soon.
You think it's time?
Some people think I'm too young, but like once I, get this other project, it should be a few years out. So.
I mean, some people start writing those around like 45 to like 60. Like, I was old and I had Waffle House and
Waffle House will get a chapter, but
oh my lord, I'll get like a 4-page fucking spread. What you want today? We'll not go to 7-Eleven again. No!
Not after dark.
That's another story. I was just told before we started. I will leave that for her blog. I will not speak about that. I'll let Jennifer tell you that on her blog.
I don't know if I'll blog that one. Though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't see why not. It's an open blog. I mean, it's a fun thing. But becoming a ghostwriter, like, how's that been for you? Like, since you're an author, obviously, and then going into ghostwriting, like, what'd you take away from your writing and then going into somebody else's writing?
I'm actually still in the very, very beginning stages, so it's kind of interesting for me because this person has been through similar things to me, but she's also been through different things from me.
Which everybody is, yeah. Everybody has a disability, which I always tell them about. Everybody has it hidden, whether it be physical, mental, what have you. You don't really know.
Exactly. Like my dad has asthma. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you'll never know. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But like like you said, you're writing experience from her, and like you're looking at it. You're in the beginning stages of it, and you're like, okay, why is it? Look at her writing style this way, so nobody can realize it. It's not her. It's it's me writing, not her writing.
And it doesn't. I think it's gonna be. She's gonna provide me the information, and I'm gonna write the whole thing. But I think it's nobody's gonna know. I mean, her name's.
Yeah, that's what ghostwriting pretty much is.
Yeah.
When you ghostwriting pretty much is when you as the person don't have time to write it, you'll hire somebody to write it for you. You give them a pretty basic outline of what actually happened, and then they'll break it down and they'll clear it up so it sounds a little bit better, but it's not too far fetched. Just a better detailed experience for them because they're like, well, this happened and that happened. Because I get told a lot when I tell stories. Obviously, Jennifer done me for a while, but I go into full detail in my story because that didn't happen. No, yeah, it did. I went to actually dentist and I farted, then it did that. And people are like, God, Ollie, jeez. But like, yeah, I mean, so the ghostwriting is a new experience for you.
That's gonna be really new.
I mean, like, what are you taking away from it now? Like, you're only how many months in now?
Actually, not even months, or maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks in.
Oh wow, so you're very nervous.
Yeah, it's really like she just approached me, like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Ish. It was right after my allergic reaction to bleach healed up. She approached me.
Hey, allergic reaction to bleach.
Yeah.
We blame you, bleach.
I'm not wearing my arm warmers anymore. I'm finally starting to heal up.
I don't need them anymore. I will not do white sun-brown days. I don't want to do whites. I'm going to do colors today. I told you it's going to be crazy bonkers.
I don't usually wear white when I'm not working anyway, so.
Well, I mean, you have to wear the Waffle House with the charm. But yeah, I mean, like, so doing the writing thing with that, it's like, you took away, is there something, like, some process that you take away now to go into that, or, like, for her writing, or are you just like, okay, I'm going to kind of look at her style? Well, I mean, like, when you said you're going to, she'll give you the basic summary of it, you're going to take what you've learned from your writing and your editing to make it sound a little bit better? Or
yeah, pretty much. And I'm just basically going to rely on the styles of Adeline and Ma to kind of help me create the memoir because, like, she's the biggest author that I know that has a memoir out and the one I can relate to the most. So I'm going to rely a lot on her style.
Not much about her. What does she usually title? Is she more memoirs or? She
has more memoirs. She has Falling Leaves, which is the adult version. She has Chinese Cinderella, which is the children's version.
Okay.
And then she has a couple more more fictional stories, but they also stay true to some things that have happened to her.
Okay.
She also has Watching the Trees, another memoir-ish type story. She's Chinese in nature. She's I want to say she's from the Shanghai province.
That sounds pretty good, because I listened to a book, crap, I can't remember the title. I'll put it in the frickin' description. Crap, I can't remember it. It was on Adam Savage's thing. It was like, it's a science fiction book, really big.
It's not her.
No, it's not her, but it's another gentleman. They translated it into English, and it's a really good book. It's about alien race doing this. It's really good. It's like a #1 bestseller in China. This guy he was like a slave kind of thing. And,
oh wow.
Yeah, he wasn't a slave, but he was like, when he published it, he was under oppression, pretty much. If he published this, he would be imprisoned or what have you, and it was a really damn good book.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I started listening to it. I may be wrong on the whole thing, but yeah, he was under they literally told him if you put this out here, we can literally take you to jail for it because this is talking about this. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but the book is really good. I'll have to get the name of it. Shit, I can't remember the name of it. I want to remember the name of it.
I like books I never like that.
Body. It's body something. Body.
Body Invaders?
No. God damn it. It's body. God damn it. I'll post it. Somebody probably knows it right now. They're like, Ollie, you dumb bastard. And as you guys see, we do have a little profanity, but nothing too major. But we're under the explicit thing on iTunes. We got approved. But anyway, back to that. So you kind of look at authors to that manifested, like going from a children's book into like writing a memoir. Like, how's that gonna be for you?
It'll be different, but I've been thinking about doing my own memoirs for a while. My mom has actually kind of encouraged me. She has thought that maybe I should wait. This is a few years ago that she said this. She's thought that I should wait a little while.
You feel like it's time to start actually putting some pages together and like I said, by the time you're done with the memoir, you're probably gonna be up there in age.
Probably.
And it's probably gonna be going through a few drafts. And I think you'll realize with writers is like we write a lot. Like if you go through our freaking journals, words are scratched out. We misspell a lot of shit. And our editing process is like horrific. And that's what people don't realize is like what Jennifer's trying to tell you is like find a comfort zone. Like what would you tell people? Like it's like okay, well you suck at writing today or you suck at spelling today, but go for it. Find an audio program that can help you speak it or write it or.
Pretty much, I use Dragon software. It's a little bit pricey, but if you can afford Dragon software, you can speak what you want and it'll type it for you.
Exactly, and if you're gonna get into like writing and just finding a zone, like it's finding your creative outlet. I mean, exactly. For you, obviously, like you said, you were like your disability pretty much pushed the book. It's like, man, I really had this going on and that going on, but my husband kind of supported me to do it. Like, was there, like when were you already a writer, writing short stories before that? Like, was that the driving force? Obviously, your disability throughout the book. Was that a big thing? Or?
And I think growing up, I've always wanted to at least have one thing published. And if I could just get one thing published, then that's my dream. But if I get more than one published, then
like, how do you feel? Do you feel like you like? I was listening to an article today on Facebook. Like, Pitbull was saying something like that. He's like, it's not getting success; it's just keeping it going. And I'm like, he's right. It is keeping it going, keeping that. And like, do you feel like you're gonna keep going, or is it like you're like, okay, I published a book. I'm good. It sold a few copies here or there, a couple hundred copies. I'm good. Now I can kind of work on what I kind of work on. I kind of get that.
I'm gonna keep going. If I can get my message out there, because, I didn't choose to have cerebral palsy, I guess.
Well, no, we didn't choose. We just came out.
Yeah. So I guess in a way, maybe I was chosen for it for a reason. And maybe that reason is to get the message out there that people with disabilities can do anything, because I'm a big...
No, we can't. We need buses, we need ramps and crutches, and we need you to hold the door for us, and there's handicap buttons and people don't want to push them for you. It's like, they're there for you, people. Push the button. I'll hold the door for you. Don't just push the damn button. It's there for you, too.
That's funny.
It's true. It's like... handicap ramps, use it yourself. I was at Kennedy Space Center. Funny, just a little side note. Kennedy Space Center, if anybody goes there, they will not let you lift a finger. I don't know why, but there's 2 steps, and they're like, "Sure, do you want to take the elevator?" And I'm like, yeah, just take 2 steps, bro. I can take 2. Oh no, hop in a little elevator. There's a little elevator that drops you about a foot, and I'm like, I could have jumped that. The poor guy had to bust out his keys, call for somebody. Like, unlocks the little door. I'm like, Aunt Colleen, I could have walked in. He's like, she's a guy now, honey, but let him do his job. I'm like, wow. I've never been so much accommodated. Like, the whole bus was to myself. They gave me my own seat, and I'm like, wow, this is the best place on earth. However, if you're a nerd, it's freaking amazing. The place was awesome. Seeing all the rockets and SpaceX doing what they do, it's freaking amazing.
Huh.
Oh, it was awesome, but that was a side note to that. But
that's funny.
But you said, it's your disability pushed me to do what you do, and we pretty much can't do anything. It's like you said, it's like finding your goal, finding that drive every morning. When you get up in the morning, what's your drive?
Basically, prove people wrong. Society as a norm looks at people with disabilities like we should be at home having people take care of us, and I'm like, no.
I want that. I want somebody to wipe my butt.
No, to the point where just because I'm a hostess at a Waffle House, that's not all I can do. I've told numerous customers I've got my own site, I've got my own published book, I've got this, I've got that.
Yeah, plug yourself, man. Definitely get yourself out there.
Yeah, and it changes their perspective. I could see their face change, like, oh, whoa, she's got a disability, but she can do all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like a few years ago, like, when somebody said gay, it's like, oh, you're gay. I was like, no, nobody gives two shits. That's what it's becoming with the disabled people. It's like, people with disability, no one really gives a shit anymore. It's like, oh, they're handicapped. We made it as accessible for you as possible. Working in Universal and seeing what I do over there, it's like, okay, well, you have this or you have that. You can go this way. It's like, oh, no, we have to go to, like, no, every ride has been literally built with you in mind. Like, you can literally slide your butt in there and get in and no problem. But I can't. Oh, yes, you can. This door actually unhooks and it does it. Oh, wow. And they're like, but we thought about you too.
Oh, statistics I've read recently is that the disabled community is the largest minority group in the United States of America.
Well, yeah, everybody's trying to get disability. Like, my back hurts! I want my mom!
Wow.
That's my mom. She's like, my legs, her hips are pretty much shot. She's nursing, so she earns her disability. But, we are becoming the largest minority because people are like, I want to sit home and do nothing. It's like, no, you don't. You really want to get out there and do something. It's like, my drive every morning is what I do. It's like, I want to find different products for people to use, and you, obviously, like, I still write once in a while. Like you said, it's like, prove somebody wrong. Like, how often does that pop up? Like, when you walk outside and you see somebody and they're like, oh, look at that girl, it's like, she has, they have no idea what's going through your head or my head, and they're like, people perceive us, or anyone, they don't perceive anybody with the wrong perception, because they might be the frickin' Einstein. You have no frickin' clue what anybody is like nowadays. I mean, I met a guy with autism the other day, and he looked at me and I was like, I'm learning more about autism. I mean, it's like CP, it's so many different stages of it. There's people that have more in the brainstem, it affects my legs, yourself, and we've had so many guys in surgery. This guy, like, colors. The colored blue affected it. And I'm like, what? You think the color blue affects it? You can't see the color blue then, because it makes him, in his retina apparently, it does, he had to wear, like, special glasses. Just to block out that. I'm like, wow.
Interesting.
And I was like,
I can't see red on red anymore.
I was like, that is freaking intriguing. For me, it was like freaking cool. Everybody's like, what are you freaking out about? I'm like, that was cool to me. But for, like you said, it's like, that's your motivation to get out of bed. It's like, I want to prove you wrong. I'm like, has that, like, hindered you to, like, become a writer? Like, did somebody say, Jennifer, you can't do this? Or, like, when you're like, I want to be a writer. I want to write this. Nobody ever said no? Or everybody was open arms, like, go ahead and do it?
My mom, growing up, I had a little bit of resistance from my adoptive mother. Mm-hmm. And she would actually my dreams are private. She would actually used to try to read them. So I had to end up actually writing in Spanish for a while.
Hey!
Because she didn't know Spanish. So I ended up starting to write in Spanish for a while so she couldn't read anything.
There you go.
But to me, my drive was, I guess, in a way it was her pushing me. And we've since confronted each other on it. And now we're closer than we were when I was growing up. And she pretty much one of my biggest supporters now.
Yeah.
But growing up, I got a little bit of resistance from her.
But now, like, you see, like I said, a lot of writers that want to start writing, that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like, one thing you would tell them, like, it's like, if you're going to get the resistance, like, find your zone, find your zen area. Like, would that be something you would tell them? Like,
yeah, pretty much, if you get resistance, ignore it. Just keep going. If somebody tells you no, just keep doing it. Just don't let one no stop you. I mean, that's one no compared to how many yeses you might have, or how many people say go for it.
Yeah, the Kevin Smith sequence is like, do it. Don't. If your dream is to go out and like do a podcast, do it. And this is why I started my podcast. I'm like, you know what? It'd be nice to like sit down and just talk about 3D printing and talk with you, because you've had a hard time with this book. It's like getting it out there and pushing it. You would like walk around with books in her backpack as she was going to school. Like, listen, I'm a publisher. This is what I do. People were like, oh, you wrote about good for you. It's like, what do you mean good for me? Like, I really worked my ass off for this.
Right?
Like, buy a copy. Here's $1. But, it's like that. It's like you went through the whole entire editing process, the whole entire publishing process, which is it's like giving birth, pretty much. It's like, oh, boy.
Pretty much. And I've had my days I've cried because it's such a long process.
It is. Like, the other day I actually cried because our podcast got published, and it took me about a week. Because iTunes is very stingy on their stuff. They're like, not stingy, but they're very... selective on what they want. You know, you have to like make sure all your ducks are in a row, your title's where it needs to be, and I'm grateful for them to give us a shot, and I mean, that's crazy. I mean, for you, it was like, you had to go through the whole entire process. What would that? I mean, what would be one thing you would tell people, like, you know, it's like, this might take a while.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be the one thing, like, okay, like, is editing, is writing, would it be the one more, like, you know, getting it published, that's a hard part?
The hardest part for me was actually the publishing part, like, you know, wanting to see that final product, and sometimes I'd go weeks or maybe a month or so without hearing anything, and it's like, what's going on, and you want to hear, you know, how it's going. It's almost, like I said, back to the pregnancy thing, it's almost like that ultrasound. If you don't have that ultrasound, you're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what kind of gets you, you're sweating, you're like, damn. You're like, damn, is this going to get published or not? Like,
pretty much, this is really, the publishing process is the hardest process. I mean, it takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Lot of patience.
I mean, so it's like, well, now they have blogs and YouTube and stuff like that, so people can start kind of doing that sequence of it. But you really want, like, you can do your own publication. Was that like your own thought of like, okay, this doesn't get published? You know, they're like going to say no. We're going to go on your own publication and just kind of like, you know, Xerox it, or
I don't know what I would have done, because I know to self-publish is quite a bit of money.
Quite a bit of money, but
that I didn't have.
Well, I mean, you could always, like I said, Xerox it, but like, do you want my book?
The cover would be hard to Xerox, though.
No, just call Oliver Brunson.
Oh!
Oliver can do it. He's definitely good. Oliver's a great friend of ours. He's amazing. I know he had something to do with the book. What did he help out with?
He actually did, I think, a few of the very, 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 very first preliminary illustrations. I actually ended up having another illustrator.
Oh, wow.
So I think he did some of the really preliminary.
Yeah, his talents are really, like, we have a lot of great friends that like work with us, and he's definitely one that I speak with a lot. He's a really chill dude, and his work is really good. So, dude, don't sell yourself short. You are freaking amazing. But yeah, like, I knew he had something to do with it. I'm like, did you help out? And she's like, yeah, I did. I kind of did this. And I'm like, you don't sell yourself short.
Right.
You know, because Mike Pernesco, like, built my logo. We started from, like, the skull and this, and he was like, that doesn't flow well. I don't want to see you go into a meeting and then this will happen. But, like, yeah, it's like, it's freaking crazy that you had to go through all that process and be like, shit, I did it. Like, one thing that what would you tell people about failure? Because I know when I said talking to people, I was like, somebody said they failed the other day. And I'm like, they're like, are you going to do my stand-up? And like, I got bombed. I'm like, you got fucking bombed. You know, go out there and do it again. And they're like, that's a stupid thing. I'm like, failure is the best thing.
Failure is actually the mother of success.
It literally is, because, like, you're going to get fucking kicked in the balls, smacked, punched. It gives you that drive to get up and do it again. Like, okay, I fucked up here, but I'm going to keep going. You know, it's like I'm going to fix myself, fix what I just said. It didn't come out to the right crowd or what have you, but it stops you from being cocky. It really does it. That's like it stops you from being cocky. It keeps you on that level of where, like, okay, I'm a good writer, or I'm good this, but I'm willing to take criticism, you know?
You're right, and like when I wrote Golden Spinner, I knew I wasn't automatically going to be the next J.K. Rowling or anything.
No, not at all. I mean,
but, you know, it still gives you that drive. At least I know I can publish. I can, you know, maybe publish something else in the future. Yeah,
I mean, like, you know, back to, like, you know, Golden Spinner, it's like, now that it's done, now that you're like, okay, it's that part's finished, is there going to be another one? Is there plans?
I've actually been off and on working on a third one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a third one?
Yeah. Golden Spinner is actually 2 books under the same cover. It's
that's
Golden
right.
Spinner and Golden Spinner Helps a Friend.
That's right.
So it would actually be a third one.
Third one.
And that one...
Sneaky writer.
is actually going to be... If I get it off the ground, I'm like writing it off and on. It's on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't crash laptop.
I would recommend maybe Google Drive, maybe. You can easily encrypt that and put it on there.
I could.
It'd be probably more safer to give it, have it back up for you, because,
right.
like, oh, like, you have a blue screen, I don't know what to do with that. Take it to Best Buy.
But anyway, it's supposed to be called Golden Spinner and the Mysterious Cyberbully. So I'm getting into cyberbullying, which is becoming...
It's becoming a hot topic, like, I mean, like, thank God we were freaking kids, like, I got bullied a lot, man. Like, I was in special ed, and fucking people were like, you with crutches, I'm like, and now I don't know too many crutches, I'm like, look who's got the doorstops. Look who you get you handicap park. You know, it's like the other night we went to the movies and they're like, oh, well, we only have these many seats. Oh, we were disabled. Oh, hold on, we can actually kick that guy out of your chair and put him over here. And it worked out well, but...
I still won't apply for a placard to this day. Yet.
No? Oh, my lord.
I still can't do it. I've read too many stories about all the notes people get on their cars.
Dude, a story about that, I'll tell you guys a quick one. Like, we had one when I was a kid, and my mom was going to the grocery store. We lived in upstate New York. And my mom had one, so I had to go out. I was about maybe 13, maybe 12 years old. We had to go up to the grocery shop and get some groceries. And so my mom's like, I didn't have a wheelchair. I finally got on my crutches. I'm finally learning how to use my crutches and stuff like that. And like, this guy's like, my mom's like pulling in the parking spot and adjusting the car. And this guy's like chewing her out. Like, ma'am, you can't be parking there, blah, 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 blah. And my mom's like, will you fucking wait a minute? My crippled son is... She didn't say crippled. She didn't say crippled. My handicapped son. Now my mom says crippled, which I adore. It's my nickname at work is called Sticks or Gimpy, which I like. I like Gimpy. I'm pissed that I didn't come up with Sticks.
Wow.
I'm still pissed to this day I didn't come up with Sticks because it's like my nickname around Universal. It's called Sticks or Gimpy, and I like Gimpy. Which I'm kind of like pissed I didn't come up with that one either.
I like Sticks.
I like Sticks.
That's cool. Sticks.
I like that one. Because that was given to me by the supervisor in security. He came up with it before he became a supervisor. He's freaking amazing. But anyway, so freaking my mom's like, my fucking son's trying to get out. And she, like, my mom's a crazy psycho.
Freedom.
So my mom was like, you know, can you wait for my son to get out of the car? And he's disabled. So I pull open the door. I'm pulling my crutches out. Because we had to, like, my friend TV had to pull my crutches out. The guy's jaw just fucking drops. And he's just like, oh, I didn't know. And he follows around that store for like 30 minutes. Tried buying me cereal. Giving me 20, tried giving up me like $20 because he felt fucking bad. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. And, you know, this, that, and the other thing. I was like, well, I mean, that's what happens. I mean, it's a freak of crazy society now, but like everybody's kind of like, hey, you know, everybody's, like I said, everybody now is disabled. It's no longer a hidden thing. Everybody has, whether it be dyslexia or what have you, autism becomes a thing. Everything.
PTSD.
Anxiety. I had one person the other day. It's like she could not. Claustrophobia. I don't deal with it much, but I had somebody who had claustrophobia, and she's like, I'm not trying to sound weird. I have really bad claustrophobia. I can't be on like a tape. So we were really cool with her. We're like, hey, we can actually take you down this section. You're sitting in this chair here. If you need to feel open, like she's like, I just can't be in tight groups at all. She gets really, like, starts sweating, and I'm like, wow. So, I mean, that takes us into, you know, to what you do, and me, we go through. And it's like, why we started writing. It's kind of like to break ourselves down, like, find out who the truly we were. You know, now I know who I truly am. I don't really care anymore. I'm like, I'm crippled. So be it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's fucking, like, I've never felt happier with myself. I know what people go through. Like I said, people go through that, and you've gone through that. You feel more comfortable. You know, since you've written the book and you started getting writing, you finally come to your senses and be like...
I have days I'm in more pain, like Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But that was because of the sunburn I got Saturday, so...
I mean, like, mentally, like, you now more, like, you more toward, and you're like, okay, I don't really care anymore what you think, or, like, I am what I am.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what it is, and it's like, you feel like, in the book, cyberbullying, like, we're getting back to that, it's becoming a big thing, and, you know, you the title of the book that's going to be, and... People are like, because people nowadays, they can call you crippled or whatever to your face, but they're gonna hold it back. You know, it's like, now it's you can hide behind that fucking Twitter handler and nobody will know who you are.
Exactly, or you can even go even one further than that, use Yik Yak.
You can use Yik Yak, you can fucking, and it's like, this is what goes on. I mean, like, is this what, I think, are these some of the things you're going to touch on in the book? Like, are you really is it going to be more mature, or is it going to be more, like, childish? Or?
I think it's going to be more mature because it involves one of the characters. One of the main characters had moved and she went to another school, is what I've got so far. And it goes from there that people in the school are bullying her, and it's up to Golden Spinner to find out who it is.
Ah, that's, oh my god, that's like WikiLeaks.
Kind of, like,
that'd be so good.
He's going to, you know, find out who's doing it, like, who's behind the handles, and he's gonna eventually find them and show them that their ways are wrong.
Pretty much, yeah. Like breaking them, I'm gonna kick your ass with this belt. Not like that. No. But you know, it's. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you're writing. I mean, like when you start doing something like that, I mean, like you're gonna end it like it's kind of like, okay, I can't are you still going to keep it kind of like tame, or like kind of like this is how society should see you, and this is, because everybody, when they start bullying, obviously with back to your book, it's just like, they obviously have something wrong with them. Somebody's doing it to them, and I know you touched on that in the book, like somebody's doing this to this person. This person doesn't know how to express themselves or come out, just, not like the gay thing, it's just like, come out, just be comfortable with who you are. And it's hard for people to do that. Like, I know when you read the first book, and it was like, oh wow, this is about a person coming to terms with what they have.
Exactly.
It's like, I mean, do you feel like that's going to be in like the second book? It's like more like, okay, this is, how when he confronts the person, obviously with the cyberbullying, and he finds them finally, it's like, okay, this is what you're gonna, you need to really realize who you are.
I think I'm gonna take that route. Like, gonna show them. Yeah, it's kind of more. It's two people actually that are the cyberbullies.
Okay.
One more so than the other one I'm gonna use, but.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna make it that way, that the one really needs to find out what she's doing wrong, and how she needs to help herself or get the help that she needs, so she's not so insecure about herself.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, then again, like, it's people really just need to get comfortable with themselves. And that's like I said, like myself, it took me a while to really get comfortable with who I was. Now, like a few years ago, I was like, I don't feel comfortable. I'm like, fuck it, just go ahead. So I know you want to say it. I just tell people, I'm like, you can say cripples if you want. I like it.
I still have my days I'm uncomfortable. I mean, I still have anxiety, especially when I'm at work by myself. If I'm the only hostess on duty, I get really bad anxiety. Sometimes.
What would that be from? Like, are you just, just not comfortable with, people
too
around
many,
you?
like, too busy and too many demanding people, and, the wait times, people get tired of waiting.
I think, like I said, working where I work now, yesterday was a really crazy day, but I've learned now, like, I just completed my 10 years yesterday. Congrats to me. That happened. I got my 10 years.
Yeah, I remember the post.
I got my stuff done, so I now got an Apple TV. Thank you, Universal.
Of all the things, Apple.
Hey, that was, why not? I'm wearing an Apple Watch. I'll do a review on that in a shorter video, why I actually bought the Apple Watch. But, just dealing with, like, what we deal with, I mean, like you said, it's just going to coming to terms with, like, people looking at you, people getting around. You think it's just people it's a lot going on in their heads, too, because they're going there because they're hungry, or they're going to university because they want to have fun. But it's called, honestly, if you're going to go into places like where we work, or whatever you work, and I still to this day, if I want to go to your job, even though I'm exhausted, pissed off, I'm not going to treat you like shit, because you don't deserve that.
Thank you.
You don't. I mean, I fucking have literally been chewed out, like literally at work, and I went right back and had to get peed. I was tired of shit. The door was locked. I peed at Papa John's, and I knocked, and I was like, the guy literally opened up to dude, I'm not doing to bother you. I know you just closed. Is there any chance you can, maybe I'll sit outside on the fucking sidewalk? And luckily, man, he opened the door. He's like, he's like, I really gotta close, bro, but I'll make your order. Because you were mad. Like, he thought about it, and he made our order for us. And I'm like, you know what, man? Thank you very much. I ended up writing him a nice review. I was like, you didn't have to do that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like you said, you get anxiety by yourself. And I'm in front of, like, more people than I can count a day on a headset or what have you. And I'm just like, you know what? Fine. But I use my joking, like, people like you're more joking around people. And as you can already tell, it's more like...
Yeah, more introverted.
I'm more introverted. I mean, I hide a little bit, but it's like when you're being like a writer, like when these people are going to start writing, get comfortable with it, guys. Like, you're going to get told no. You're going to get told your shit sucks. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, like you said, now that you kind of wrote the book and you're kind of doing the blog, can you now take more criticism?
I think I'm getting better at it. It's still, criticism's still very hard for me, just because of my past, because of my anxiety, but I have, just to deal with my anxiety, I have different techniques and different ways for different situations on how to deal with it. I mean, even at work, I have a whole line of things that I use, and if it gets too bad...
Have you seen that little block thing that people use to, like, kind of...
That fidgety thing?
Yeah, the fidgety thing?
I want one, but I think they're like...
Nah, you can get them on Amazon for like $1, or like... Somebody got the Cheapo Depot one.
Actually, you know what you need to do? You need to 3D print like some stress balls or something.
3D print!
You need to 3D print like some stress balls or some... I don't know if you can...
I will, you know what, if you want one, I will literally do that for a project. Now that we're up and running on openmindindustries.com, I will freaking do it. You really want one?
Yeah, something to help with anxiety, because I have...
I mean, I can see you inside like, hi Jennifer, can I get a...
I mean, I have from oils that I use to the menus at work that I use to fan myself to if it gets really bad, I'll shred a paper towel.
Howdy, Sala. Are you hitting it? No, it's really not you. It's just I'm going through anxiety.
It does get hot there, though, too. So
yeah, that restaurant you're at is really freaking tiny. I'm like, that's a Waffle House?
And it was built before I was even born, so I can't do shit about it. People come in there all the time. This thing is so small. Why is it so small? I don't know. It was...
Nope. Camera died, but whatever.
Nope.
We're still recording audio. Don't worry about it.
It was built before I was born, back in the 70s, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if people come in there, why is this so small? You need to make this thing bigger. Guys, I wasn't even here when the damn thing was built.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the thing. It's like I'm telling you, it's so you're now coming more to terms of being criticized, stuff like that. I mean, like when you get into them writing more, is that going to be like? I was like, I really don't. Like, so somebody told me like don't read Twitter, and I'm like, okay, I don't read reviews. I just do, you know. That's something I would recommend you do too. I mean,
I don't really use Twitter.
Well, I mean, like if you're like, say, if somebody's on your blog and they write something, are you getting more comfortable now with taking?
I think so, and I actually had, I don't completely understand the comment, but I had a Portuguese guy actually comment on one of my blogs.
Oh, wow.
And I actually sat there, I was able to roughly translate the comment.
Oh, you can use Google Translate.
I tried, for some reason, but I ended up with my Spanish, I was able to roughly translate what it meant. And then he comes on and he writes in English about something. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was a little bit of criticism, like you should do this, or this. I have to read it.
That should be. I mean, once you put your stuff, like myself, I'm putting stuff out there. People have all the right to criticize it, and they don't like it. They don't like it. I don't. I'm not gonna bite you. You chose to click on it, which we're grateful. We're very grateful for. I mean, you chose. But at the end of the day, if it gets you to listen and gets you to like, hey, I agree with this person, disagree. That's your right. As an individual. I mean, like I said, like your book, you know, it's got a 4 out of 5. I mean, that's freaking great on Amazon. I was like, wow. I was like, I'm even one of the contributors. I wish there were more reviews for it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's one thing we're trying to get more reviews. Get you guys to damn read it. Especially on the ebooks, because it's like $9.99 now.
Actually, I think my ebook is either $2.99 or $4.99.
That's still not bad though. I mean, like, freaking read it. Just get it out of the way. Like, it's gonna inspire you to freaking write.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. Like, and now that you're talking about like maybe doing these, you know, third book, you know, who knows when it's gonna come out, but it will come out, and just like she might have other. You can log in her blog, like talk with her as she's writing it. Like, hey Jennifer, you should put this character in, or think about this site to look maybe to get some references, or you know what have you. You know, I think that's freaking gonna be amazing for your writing style. From there, but it's like definitely. I always tell people that are writing and shit. It's like you're gonna get criticized every freaking day. I mean, I got criticized for like all your grammar sucks. Well, no shit. You said right. Not fix my grammar. I'll do that in like second draft.
Yeah.
Period, comma. Yeah.
And I even to my writing. I'll even tell you this. I have one of my brothers had a status that said "Whispers go away" on Facebook. Had no idea what it meant. Went to bed that night. 12 hours later, I wake up, see the status again, and I immediately think of this poem. Whispers go away. I can't remember the full thing. It was whispers go away, never again to stay, putting my pain at bay, leaving me with another day to say whispers go away. Mm-hmm. And that just came to my head, and I just texted it to him. I'm like, dude, if you let me put this on my blog, I'll make you the co-author for it.
Oh, there you go. No, oh, excuse me, burped. Hopefully the mic didn't pick that up.
But I mean, that happened. That's happened. If you post something else and I make it poem off of it. Yeah, I mean, now he knows I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're like, you're getting more comfortable with your writing style and like that stuff. I think it's like, now that you can see you're very comfortable with it now, and you're just like, yeah, man, this is like, I feel comfortable now. Like, a writer. I mean, getting that author title had to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm now a fucking author.
And I mean, children's books, 75% of them don't get published. I'm in the 35%.
That's freaking amazing because, like you said, like most people don't get published. Do you think it's just because they're scared, or just like they don't feel like the book's right, or?
Most people don't want to be published, but aren't published. I think that maybe they feel they can't do it. Maybe they feel they won't be accepted. But I mean, just try. I mean, I was rejected and picked up in the same day by my publisher.
Wow, that's freaking pretty awesome. That's like me. I was hired and fired in one day.
What?
And that's another story.
I think I remember that.
That was universal. Like I hired and fired in one day. That's a long story. I will talk about privately.
Yeah.
But now I've been there 10 years, and it's been a freaking roller coaster. It doesn't compare to any other job. That's what I will tell everybody. It does not compare to any job in the world except for DMV, maybe. I'm serious. I met somebody from DMV. I was like, listen, bro. I was like, I work here, but this just pays my credit card and like gets myself going. I was like, but man, I could probably do your job sitting on my ass. Like, no problem. No problem. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said. It's that you had rejection. You came back and you were like, fuck, I'm gonna do this.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do this. But man, fucking that's awesome. It's fucking awesome that you're fucking writing. You're getting yourself going. I mean, you learned a lot. Hopefully this kicks people in the ass and was like, dude, she did it. Let me hop on her blog, talk with her, because it's cool shit. It's just like, yeah, it's like
my website has a subscription, too.
Yeah, definitely. Freaking log in, the videos, it says stops, unfortunately, so we're still in audio. I didn't charge my camera battery. But we got what we needed, but we needed the audio. So for you guys listening on this, man, definitely check her out on her blog. Talk to her. And who knows, they may be, co-writers with you. Maybe, like, silently. You might find something that they may write down and be like, it's pretty cool.
Right.
Stick it in, like...
Anything you say or use, I might be able to use in a book.
Might be able to, yeah. That's the thing. It's like, what we're trying to tell you guys to do, and Jennifer's trying to tell you to do, is like, you're gonna fucking fail. You're going to fucking fail. Just keep going. You may be at school or whatever, like, fucking, like, I'm bored as shit, and, like, my job sucks. You might be a good poetry writer. Who the fuck knows? I got friends that do music and editors and filmers and all that other shit. Plus, I work with more people with master's degrees that I've ever met. And I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
So, like, the job market sucks. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like you said, you're going to keep going. You're positive. And, has the website changed at all for you? Has that motivated you in the morning?
It motivates me more to, write more like blogs and stuff. I'm still getting used to doing the blog, and I wonder if we could even put this up on my website sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll do the...
have to get Justin to open it and get it on there.
I can give you guys a copy of the audio. I'll throw it on my site, and then I'll throw it on the YouTube page. Cool. But I'm definitely going to give links to your site, so they can actually log into me and to you, so you're totally going to get credit, obviously, and then I'll make sure it's put on you, so I can actually upload the audio for you, put it there.
Cool.
And we're talking nerd, so we're sorry. But...
Well, Justin may or may not be able to later. He's the one that helps me with it. He's on the audit for me.
I did Squarespace, Squarespace actually helped me a lot. They've been amazing. Took me like a week to set that shit. Oh my god. Michael texted me, he's like, oh my god, you did it! Oh my god, no!
Is yours still got that Squarespace logo in the website, or is it just Open Mind Industries?
It's Open Mind Industries now. We finally got, GoDaddy finally gave us our shit back.
Huh.
We had to No, I'm not going to say nothing about GoDaddy. GoDaddy was a great site. It was good for us to find our name. And behind that it took us a couple days. Because me and John sat down, and John was like, I wanted handicraft. I legitimately wanted handicraft. But John was like, man, I don't know. We shouldn't really use that. But they finally gave us our stuff back. So now we're openmindindustries.com. It's finally back. I got to pay for the thing next month for the domain, just to be re-registered and in our name. So it's freaking cool to have that back instead of the openmind.squarespace. But, they helped me out. I used Kevin Smith's code, so I got like an extra $20 yearly subscription. So I got the security credentials, all that kind of crap. So I don't have to worry about anybody doing a lot of crap. It's point and click. It takes a little bit of work, but not as bad as I'm not knocking into website builders, but GoDaddy wasn't for us. We tried building a great site, but Mike Pernesco helped me out with my multimedia, and it was a rough. It was just we started from the first logo, which everybody check the Facebook page out, and you check. I'm surprised you don't have that yet.
What?
What Facebook page?
I have a Facebook page.
Do you?
Yeah, I've had a Facebook page. It's got like 200 something likes on it.
Oh, you bitch. I've only got 31. But then again, we are starting. So. But oh my god, so definitely, yeah, freaking, I'm gonna plug all the stuff for you guys.
Mine is facebook.com/goldenspinner.
Hey.
That's how you get to my Facebook page.
Oh, you need a freaking Jennifer Resetar one then.
It kind of is. It's just Jennifer,
kind of is,
author Jennifer R Resetar books, but it's under Golden Spinner.
Books. Why don't you do, like, for your thing, and why don't you find books, like you just said, you were, the authors that you like. Why don't you kind of plug their stuff? Or it's like, this is how I get my writing style. Like, are you gonna start putting like stuff down, like a kind of a synopsis, and like for people that listen to this, as a Canadian, gonna be able to log in and be like, hey, like I really like the book you thought inspired you. I think you should like maybe put like a thing up on your site where people are like, hey, these are the books I read. These are what inspired me. I recommend you do that same, or do you find your kind of outlet, or are you gonna do that, or?
Oddlines is really, she's not really well known, so I don't know how many people are actually gonna go for hers. But R.L. Stein, I could probably.
I mean, like definitely, like put something out there like, hey, this is books that kind of got me into writing. This is what I recommend you do. You know, get kind of into that. I mean, this is for my recommendations. You know, for you definitely, because this is like to get people up their ass. You know, when they listen to this, it's like, guys, we're fucking doing it. I'm sitting here recording audio. The video already fucking stopped, but you know, we got the audio here, and if you're listening to this in the car, or what have you.
Can we link this back up to the video though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can definitely put everything for the. I'm gonna put everything on there so people can log right in. And hey. But it happens. I mean, I just forgot to freaking charge the battery, and it happens. But this is more for people who are like logging in, because most people are driving to work nowadays anyway, and they don't have time to watch the video. So that's why we're doing video and audio. But unfortunately,
actually, no. Most people are probably almost on the way home now.
So yeah, they are. It's almost about 4:30.
Yep, almost 5.
4:30 on the East Coast, but you know. Yep. It was freaking chill, learning about the Golden Spinner and like how it had been written, and it's like all that freaking hard. Like, and what you said is like the publishing part is the worst fucking part.
Yeah.
It's like getting that power, strength to be like, if I fail, I'm gonna go do it again. You know, that's something that you kind of like. So it's like you have a disability. This is what kind of inspired me to do it. But if I fail, I fail. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go to another publisher. Or, like I said, you could even Xerox it. You were like, nah, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like you said, you fail, it failed, and then you got accepted the
same day.
Like, yeah. It's like,
actually, how that happened was the publisher was hosting a contest.
Really?
And I got rejected from the contest, but the person that was manning the contest said, hey, I have a friend that might be interested in publishing your work as a book. And I'm like, okay, so he puts me in contact with that person, and the person said, do you want to be in a magazine, or do you want it on as a full-on book? I'm like, I want a full-on book.
Yeah, like, give me that. Do you want a spread, or do you want a fucking book?
I want it as a full-on book, and we went. We worked from, I think everything started in 2009?
Wow.
2010, maybe, and I was published once, and then I was republished again in 2014.
Now, you're going to be giving anybody a signed copy if they log in, they like your book? Kind of like a giveaway.
I can't really afford to do too many free giveaways.
Well, I mean,
right
like
now,
you're gonna give like if somebody logs into her site or does a subscription, write something nice to her, like a note or what have you. Will you do like kind of a giveaway for them or?
I might, as I have like 3 or 4 subscribers right now, so I couldn't really do for the first subscriber. So maybe for like the 5th or the 10th subscriber, I could do something. I
think that would be something. I mean, that's something to get somebody motivated to click on the site and check her out. We're actually gonna wind down and finish this up because I have to go through editing. This probably will be up probably like Saturday, Sunday-ish. The audio might be up a little bit sooner. I could probably get that done by tonight. But definitely, man. Like you said, it's been a hard process, but you freaking did it. And we'll have to do this freaking again because this was fun.
Yeah.
This was chill as shit. I told you it would be chill. You're like, what's it like? I'm like, it's a lot with video and audio. Like, oh, we're just like, that's all it is.
Right.
Like, get relaxed. Talk about your, the book and shit, and relax. You know, it's like, it's cool that, you became a writer, and it's like you said, the door for you closed, but then opened in another area. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's freaking cool, because, like, the door for me closed a couple times, and it's opened up in other areas. People are like, dude, we need to see some work, but we see that you're working towards it.
Pretty much. I mean, it's like, if one door closes, it's not meant to be. And that.
Well, not between that asshole that's like, no. You're like.
Well, in general, though, in anything that you do, I mean,
exactly.
If one door closes, another one might open, and sometimes you gotta go find it. So.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like that's what most people, like I said, writers get nervous about. I have one friend that writes scripts for Full Sail, and I met him, and he was really cool. But he won't let me read his main script. And he's like, no, because I don't want rejection. It's too private. And I'm like. So you wrote it, but you want to get it published, and you don't want nobody to see it. So you got to get over yourself. You literally got to get over yourself. It's like for you. It was like, hey, that's what I had to do. But I'm glad, like, you're here to motivate. You're, like, when they log into your website, what are they going to pretty much find? Like, more of, like, a daily life of you, or?
Pretty much all the blogs that I mentioned. The first thing you see when you open my site is my blogs.
Okay.
And they're, like, in a row. There's, I think it's 3 per row, and there's, like, 4 or 5 rows of them already.
Oh, wow. So you're writing weekly, like, when they log in, will they have, a weekly update, or?
I try to do at least once a day, once every other day.
Okay.
I haven't been on it. I think the last blog I wrote was last week sometime before the Melbourne Air Show that I went to Saturday.
Oh, wow, yeah, you guys went to that. It was pretty awesome.
That's why I'm sunburned.
Sunburn!
That's why wait, now I think I'm starting to finally feel
Coppertown. Sorry, don't sue me. Did you freak Coppertown? No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, so,
But I plan on doing at least one today, and then, maybe I'm working the next 3 days. I wasn't supposed to work today, but...
Hey, well, we got to actually sit that because we were supposed to do this a couple of days ago, and I got called in, so
yeah.
I was like, hey, I don't have a podcast I'm planning on doing. But it was what it was.
Exactly.
It was what it was.
And I figured 9 o'clock was too early for you anyway.
No, I would have been like, the lawnmower went off. Our landscaping crew that runs the apartment, they woke my ass up and were like, run! And that thunder this morning.
Shit, that woke Corey up. That woke Corey up. Oh my god!
It was like,
kind of
oh my god. We had a tornado warning here in Orlando, around it was around 12:30 a.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was getting dropped off, and I was like, on my phone. I'm like, tornado warning in Orlando. What the fuck? 6 hours because. Everybody at work was waking up and they're like, man, I gotta be for the Jimmy Fallon thing. So as you don't know, Jimmy Fallon's now open officially.
Tomorrow.
Today.
Oh, yeah, today. Yeah, today's Thursday.
It is open today.
Today is Thursday.
So those who want to go see the Tonight Show, wonderful for you. The ride is actually awesome. If you guys see me at Universal Orlando, say hi. I'm a T2-2D in horror makeup. Jennifer's no longer there, but she's at Waffle House.
I've got an annual pass. So
hey!
I'll be there too, probably.
Maybe you can meet Jen the Pen at Universal Orlando. She'll take you around and shoot the shit with you. It could happen.
There you go.
It could happen. Jen would actually sit down and talk with you.
Shoot, I went on Jimmy Fallon before it even opened.
I know, so did I.
I'm not even a team member.
Hey!
I'm not even a team member, and I went on.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, they were allowing. The next day, they were allowing everybody out. They're like, try it out, break it.
Break it.
Well, we have to find out if it's gonna,
Right.
You got to see the safety faults. See if it's gonna, this is insider Universal jargon. Nothing too serious. It's just when they test it, they just gotta test it, make sure all the stuff is working properly. Because you're running so many guests through there, you gotta make sure everything's just functioning. Because it's like, okay, how do we fix this problem that comes up? And that was the way we tested it. We sent people through. But yeah, I mean, you could meet Jen Pan if she's around Orlando or Universal Orlando. If you see me over there, but definitely check her blog out if you want to give them the. I'll leave it all down in the description on the YouTube page and then our iTunes thing, which we've officially been done, and we are explicit. Have you heard me drop a few F-bombs? I wanted this to be explicit because I want people to feel genuine. I want to be a genuine speaker. I don't want to beep 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 beep. I just want you to log in. I'm gonna watch my mouth the best I can, but I want people to feel genuine. I want to have a genuine conversation. And that was the thing about this. It's I want to motivate, but be genuine of what I'm talking about. I don't want to be restricted. As for you, it's on your page that, you don't want to be restricted either. It's your blog, so you're going to definitely have some stuff on there that's going to be a little profanity sometimes.
I haven't yet, but
definitely, yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to come out with I just want to say the word fuck!
I mean, the ones about my job, those are they're not meant to be negative, but the one about Sundays is kind of,
Sunday was bad for me. Oh my God.
Why do people go into church, sit in a sermon on how to treat other people, and then they turn around and treat restaurant staff like crap?
And that's exactly it. Like I said, the other day I was treated like garbage, and I'm like, why am I being treated like crap? When all it takes is a different phrase of what you say, and I could probably help you. And I know you're 2 minutes late for a damn show, but if you ask me nicely instead of so you're not gonna let me in, it's whoa. If you ask me, well, this is what happened the other day, but I'll discuss that off topic. Okay. But yeah, it's off audio. But yeah, it was just treat people how you want to be treated. Be genuine. And if you're having a bad day, don't take it out on the person that you're trying to get help from. It's that person is there to help you, but
right.
It's cause they got shit they gotta go through too. Obviously, we gotta pay bills too, but we're not taking it out on you. We're having a shitty day, but we're like, all right, I gotta fake my smile.
Right? Like, I'm dealing with this sunburn. I'm afraid people are going to touch me, but I still manage.
My ankles are killing me right now. My body, I gotta take a piss, but nobody's put me for a break. Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens. But we're gonna wrap it up here. We're getting close to it, so you can check Jen the Pen out.
It's www.jenniferrresetar.com.
Resetar. I was like, tells Corey one day, I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Resetar. He's like, you just butchered it. I'm like, what the fuck is it? He's like, Resetar. I'm like, well, nobody said my name correctly. I called Ali Kwasam yesterday. It was my ceremony in front of like 500 people. Like, Ali Kwasam. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Like, all I wanted was my 10-year pin. I didn't know. But Jennifer R Resetar, author Jennifer R Resetar. Anyone else they can find you, plug you? You want to plug your Amazon link?
Facebook.com/Golden Spinner is my Facebook version. All of my other links, Amazon, and my publisher's link will all be found at my website.
Woohoo!
So that's like 3 links in one.
Alright. Also, the audio will be up on Jennifer's website and my website, openmindindustries.com. We'll have 2 different audios. We'll be also on iTunes, so guys, if you want to subscribe, log into that, and you guys can definitely... And Jennifer will be on again. We'll definitely have a part 2, part 3, and how she's doing, and we'll just... One day just have a shoot the shit day, and then really, like, just get down to the basics of why we're crippled and we're awesome. Like, pretty much, I mean, because Jennifer likes to talk about it, and she's like, you know what? This guy was in a handicap spot, and... So we got stories like that. We got stories.
I still ain't doing no placard.
Oh, you gotta get the placard. Get that. You see the one for the new one?
I don't.
The new logo looks freaking sick.
What?
The dude's in a wheelchair and he's like racing. I'll have to show you a photo. I'll have to post it on the internet.
Yeah, you should.
But
I don't want to put my friends do that. I don't want anybody getting any nasty notes on my cars.
I'm not gonna get nasty notes because they're with you, and they're like, I can't find a parking spot. Like, I have a skit I'm gonna actually do with a friend of ours. I'm not gonna get a hold of him. He's a comedian. You guys probably saw him on Facebook. It's Ross T. Paget? I think. Fuck, I butchered his name. Ross, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But he does a Wilson list on Facebook with the I-4 thing and then the Majesty building. If you guys check that out, it was freaking amazing. I'm actually going to work with him. I haven't talked to him yet about it, but I think he would definitely record it with me. And it's going to be about a guy who can't find a goddamn... He's late for a meeting, but he can't find a parking spot. And all that's left open is handicap spots. So he has to call my app. And my watch goes off and it's like, doo-doo, handy cripple. And he's like, do you have any idea where you are? I'm 5 feet away from you, sir. I'll be right there. And walk over and just hop in his car. He's kind of like the synopsis of it. Yeah, it'll be fun videos. We're going to wrap this up here. Check us out at openmindindustries.com. Twitter, openmindindustries.tm. I'm co-founder Ali Kasem. Facebook page, Open Mind Industries. And then on iTunes, it's going to be The Mind Unleashed, Episode 2. We did it. We're done. We shot the shit. It was... The camera fucking gave out. I mean, I knew that. I didn't know that was going to happen. All I heard was... And I'm like, if you guys hear the blowing, it's the damn fan that I have blowing on it, because it's about 80 degrees in my room. And we're just talking. We're just shooting the shit. We had a fun time. Jennifer had a great time, it seems like. Check her out. If you guys have run Golden Spinner, give it a freaking buy. It's only a few bucks. I mean, give it to the kid. Let the kid read it. But more likely, it's to motivate. It's to motivate people. Get off their butt and start writing. But definitely sit down with. Visit her website, talk with Jennifer. She's an amazing person. Talk to her about Valencia if you're a Valencia grad or trying to get into college, and how was it like to do that, and she'll discuss that with you. She'll shoot the shit with you, and be like, hey man, who's you might want to go classes for? Because she, like you said, you had a lot of crazy stuff over there. You had a lot of didn't know what you really wanted to do, and you were going through class. So you really know what it was like.
Yeah, and Valencia will always have a special place in my heart because they've, helped both me and my husband through a lot, and it's, I love them for it. If I ever get to, I'm definitely going to try to donate back to them.
I'm definitely give them a shout out, so, that's definitely, so I'm definitely giving a shout out to Valencia.
Yeah.
So.
Love you guys.
And all of our friends that listen to this, thank you guys very much. Michael, Pernescu, Oliver Brunson, who else? Alan Lincoln, my business partner, John Elizea, hopefully we didn't screw this up and people log in, check us out. Hopefully next week we get episode 3 done. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. But Jennifer wants me to pronounce stress balls, so I guess that will be a thing to try.
Or any kind of fidgety
I think I can do that. I think I'm dealing with a guy on Instagram, a really cool dude I met on Instagram for our business, and he's really cool. So he's putting out like a lot of squishy thingies. And his wife has like something, and he was like, "Hey, Allie, have you tried this out?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Dude, print this way, and it might come out good." So,
or any kind of those, like the ones that you were talking about, like the spinny one, and
like
the
woo!
Yeah, anything like that. Because I even have this ring, a spinner ring.
Okay, so you need to get one of those. You need to get one of the like the block things.
Yeah, or something.
All right, guys, we will. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one, and always, guys, keep an open mind. Have a good one.
Damn, that was pretty neat. That was what